Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine, and I'm here today to do our Facebook Live. I'm so excited to be here. I am one of the health educators with the Forever in Motion older adult team. And today we are going to be doing a 30-ish minute Forever in Motion class, focusing on all the components that we usually focus on. A warm-up and cardio section, strength, flexibility, and some balance as well. So let's not waste any time and let's get going. So let's join in standing. And we're going to start off with our march. So with everything that we do, we are always listening to our bodies. We're going to be mindful of the movements that we're doing, and we're always going to breathe as well, because breathing is very important. We need that to survive. We're going to review our ABCs. So we want to make sure our abdominals are in. So we're just engaging our core, drawing that belly button to the spine. We want to make sure that bum has a slight tuck, just to help us with our neutral spine. We want that chest to be nice and open, and then we want our chin to have a little bit of a tuck. So if we were to be standing straight, we'd have a nice, beautiful, neutral spine. Maybe we would even be a little bit taller than we would normally, which that doesn't hurt at all. All right, let's do a little bit more stomping with our feet, trying to add in a little bit more bone density into our warm-up, getting that little bit of impact in the ground. And walking is a great way to get some of that impact in our bones to help build up that bone density. So if walking is something you are capable and able to do, then definitely try to incorporate that into your routines. All right. Changing from our stomp, let's take our hands and reach towards those knees, adding in a little bit of more movement. And always we can modify anything for you. Maybe we're not feeling so great today, so we can take this as a little bit of a lower range of motion. Or if you're thinking you want a little bit more today, you can do a little bit more. Maybe you want to reach towards your foot. That's a big movement. So you definitely modify to yourself. I like a nice knee tap. We're also crossing our midline of our body as well, getting the brain firing so late in the day. All right, let's do 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Coming into a nice side to side step. So we're moving into our warm-up. We're getting that cardio moving, that cardio happening. So my heart rate is getting a little bit elevated. My body already feels a little warm, and maybe you do too. So option, you can stay here, side to side stepping. You can add in your bicep curls as you step, or if you'd like to join me, we're going to come into a hamstring curl. So we've talked about this before. As we're doing our bicep curl, we are curling our foot towards that bum. I like to think about having a ball behind my leg and my foot right in this space here, and I'm trying to squeeze that ball. That really gets the hamstring, the back of the thigh, going. And we do a lot of strengthening in the front of our body, our quadriceps. We get a lot of strengthening when we get up and down stairs, out of a chair. That's a lot of our quadriceps. But it's important to equally strengthen our hamstrings, and that's the back side of our body, because it's always good to train the front and the back side, just to make things symmetrical and even, reducing injuries, because no one wants to get hurt. All right, let's do 2 reps. If you have it. Now we've talked about 2 repetitions before. When you're doing 2 reps, you always have the option to do it behind your chair. Use your chair for support if you need it. But I like to stabilize myself and think of this as almost a balance exercise as well. So I'm making sure I'm grounded and stacked over top of my foot. Let's go 3 more. And walk it out. Very good, everyone. Definitely feeling warm. So we're going to come into some more of that crossing the midline type work, helping with our brain health, crossing and connecting the hemispheres of our brain together with a grapevine or karaoke or braiding, however you might have it named to you. But we're going to take a step, my following leg steps behind, step together, step behind, step together. Good. We did this last week as well. So if you want to add that little bit of a clap, you can. Always be mindful of what's going on around you. Is your space clean and clear of any tripping hazards? I really hope so. You've been coming for a while for these classes, so I'm sure you all know this feel. But if you are new, which there's always new Facebook joiners, so if you are new, welcome, say hi, and listen along and follow along as best you can. Add a little bit louder of a clap. Good, you're getting that impact in your hands. Good, let's do it one more time. Good, and walk it out. Very good. So another one we're going to do is just to get our body moving. We can play with it a little bit, getting our brain working. I know you can do it. If you laugh at yourself a little bit, I welcome all the laughter. It's more fun when you are laughing anyway or having a good time with your friends or any type of social situation, or if you're just at home and you have a family member at home and they're watching you work out, well, hey, maybe you're just entertaining them. We're going to start off with doing a backward step. So my feet are planted, taking a nice step backwards, coming together. My chair is nearby in case I need it at any time for balance. And always, it's a good habit to be by your chair just in case. So option, this is level 1. Level 2, we can take a larger step back, pressing that heel, getting a little bit of a calf stretch, that lower leg. Option 3, take that leg that's going back, raise that arm forward, come together. Step back, raise that arm. Same side, stretching, thinking about one long line from your head to your heel. What's your chin doing? Are you looking down at what you're doing? Or do you have that nice, beautiful orange resting underneath your chin and chest? Trying to maintain that beautiful posture. And we'll talk about that posture many times. All right, pause. Now we're going to change up our arms. So the leg that travels backwards, the opposite side is going to raise up. Come together, reverse. Take a step back. The front leg, that same side is coming up together. So just playing with our head a little bit, making our brain work, trying new patterns. And it's important to try new things, new movement patterns. Helps to keep us on our toes and helps to delay or slow down that cognitive decline. One more time. Good. Coming up. Excellent. So we're just going to wrap up our warm-up with just a little bit of some range of motion activities. So just doing a nice hip circle, getting the hips moving in all 4 directions, and then going in the opposite direction. This, we might feel our heart rate come down a little bit. Maybe our breathing will come back to what it is when we're resting. Good. And then bringing our feet back together, Nice stable base. We're going to do some arm circles. So setting those shoulders down and back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Let's do a little bit of postural work before we get into those shoulders. So bending those elbows at 90 degrees. We want to almost imagine that you're going to squeeze those elbows behind your back or get them to touch and then come back forward. And the reason why I say try to aim for them to touch is because that just helps to open the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, when I squeeze my shoulder blades together, I feel skin folds along my spine, and I like to imagine I have a pencil stuck in between those skin folds along my spine. So when I'm doing any type of postural work or any exercise, I really try to make sure I have that squeeze or that shoulder blade retraction, that open chest when I'm doing the workout. And that will get you stronger, and we're all here to get stronger. All right, now let's set those shoulders down and back, tummy nice and strong, tailbone tuck, slight chin tuck. We're going to start off with some lower or smaller arm circles. So I'm coming forward to you and then coming back. So that just helps to keep my chest open. You can do forward circles, but just think when you're coming forward, you're almost reinforcing that rounded posture, and we don't necessarily want that. So that's why I always like a nice open chest and bringing those arms backwards. Good, and you can make them larger. You can alternate like you're doing a backstroke, but you're going to listen to your body and move it in a way that feels good for you. Some options, you can always do a half arm. If one shoulder is feeling sore, I like to call this my chicken wing. But whatever works, because a half bent elbow is lighter than a full straight arm. So keep that in mind if you're ever doing some modifications. All right, now that our heart rates have come down a little bit more, we're going to do a little bit of a hamstring opener or a hip hinge. We worked on this in the last couple weeks as well. So we're gonna start off, always have your chair nearby, especially if this is a new movement to you. And if it is a new movement, pause, watch me before joining in. So my feet are hip width apart. I'm standing tall, my chin is tucked, shoulders down, tummy strong, and I'm finding that neutral pelvis. My hands are on the side of my thighs, or you can have them behind your tailbone, but I want your chest open. I'm thinking about pushing my bum towards this back wall. So I'm pushing my hips back, my back is staying straight, my gaze goes from forward down towards the ground, and then I'm coming back up. I'm having that orange underneath my chin, sinking those hips back, standing up nice and proud. I'm feeling this in my hamstrings. I have a soft bend in my knee. I'm never locking out my joints. And I stop with my hands if you're doing it along your side of your legs. I stop my hands when I reach my knee. But one of the other reasons why I stop is because as I push my hips back, at some point they don't go for any further back. And that's when I know to stop my hip hinge. Good. One more time. And if you're feeling dizzy at all with that one, I would definitely go slower, hold on to something, or maybe that's an exercise for you that you might skip. We are done with that warm-up and cardio section, so let's have a sip of water. Next, we'll go into our strength portion of our workout. So grab your exercise band. And we're going to repeat an exercise that I really think is effective, especially for this express 30-minute class. I was trying to think, what 2-for-1 exercises can we do? So we're going to take our tubing and we're going to place it around our our right foot. So just like we do with a leg press. So this is a single leg press. So I'm sitting at the front half of my chair. I'm sitting up nice and tall, chin, chest, core. I'm having the band around my foot. My elbows are nice and tight to my body, and my arms are not moving. I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to press it forward like I'm pressing on the gas, and then I'm going to come back up. Adjust your grip if you need to. Elbows still nice and close to the side of your body. Good. And as we bring that knee back towards us, it's that quadricep that's doing the work to push forward. So strengthening our nice big thigh muscles, getting them to be a little bit stronger. Always breathing. And when we're doing this, we're aiming for about 10 repetitions, but it could be anywhere from 8 to 12, depending on how you're feeling today and how fast you're moving, or if you need a little extra time. Good, last one. Good, and relax. So keep that foot or the band around that foot. We're going to put both tubings in the right arm. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, tummy nice and strong, and I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to slide it up my leg, my elbow is going back towards the back wall and slowly coming back. So this is a single arm row or single arm tubing row. My chest is open. I'm focusing on my right shoulder blade or the muscles along my middle right back. My hand stays touching my thigh the whole time. That just helps to keep my elbow tucked so I'm not coming wide. Good. We are a lot stronger when we're in this low row, that hand close to your thigh position versus a high row or a wide one. So I like this one better. Good. Shake it out. We'll switch sides because what we do to the right, we have to do to the left. So wrapping that band around our foot, again at the front half of our chair, finding our ABCs, bringing that tubing or that knee to your chest, sitting tall, pressing that foot on the gas, and then bringing that knee back in. Now when we're doing this, you're always in control of that band, right? We're not letting the band snap in. You are fighting that band or controlling it through the entire space. Good. Don't let your back round. Really try and keep that nice tall posture. We want to protect our back. Breathing always. Good. One more time, or even out your legs. Good, and relax. Oh, we have to keep that tubing on that leg. Put both tubings in your left hand, sitting up nice and tall and coming into our row. If you notice also, we're making this more challenging because we have two of the bands in one hand. So if that's too much, definitely give yourself some more slack. But if it's not enough, choke up on that band and make it more challenging. We're doing great. Always breathing. Good, and aiming for your about 10 repetitions. We want that little bit of muscle fatigue. We don't want any pain or discomfort when we're training or strengthening. Good, one more time, and relax. Good. The next exercise we're going to do is for our chest. So you can do it in sitting or in standing if you'd like. Bringing the band around our back and under our armpits. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of some brain work. We're going to first off start with a chest press. So bringing our elbows out nice and wide, coming forward. If you want to bonus touch your hands together, you can. Elbows wide. So this is our chest press. And if you want to get more out of this, when your hands are forward and together, give your chest a little bit of a squeeze or squeezing those pectorals. Those are the chest muscles that we are working. Good. Relax. We're going to then target a little bit more triceps. So what that looks like is our elbows are nice and close to our body, pressing forward. So this one, my elbows are closer to the side of my body, Still targeting our chest, but just targeting a little bit of some tricep as well. So how we're going to make this one into our exercise, we're going to do 1 chest press, elbows in, 1 tricep push or narrow chest press. So a wide chest press and a narrow chest press. Very good. We're still using our nice, beautiful postures. I'm always standing tall. My chin is tucked. My shoulders are down and back. My tummy is strong, and I'm finding my neutral posture. When I'm doing that forward chest press, I'm at my chest height or armpit height. Good, let's do 1 more. So just trying to do a 2-in-1 exercise with this one. Good, shake it out. All right, coming into our second back exercise of our workout, and then incorporating some lower body. So if you'd like to be near your chair, you're more than welcome to. You can have it there as a little extra support. And because our hands are going to be doing an upper back squeeze, it might be hard to hold on to the chair, so you could choose one or the other. So starting off with my upper back squeeze, I'm standing proud, chin, chest, core. I like to double up my band, but by all means, you can do a single length of your tubing, whatever works for you. Bringing my hands to chest height, and I like to start with my knuckles touching together. Setting my shoulders, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. That's what's bringing my arms apart. Good, so this is my upper back squeeze. To add to this, because it's an express class, we're going to add in a heel raise, squeeze. Heel raise, squeeze. So if you need to be by your chair, you can. Again, if you want to focus more on just the lower body and your balance is a concern to you, skip the upper back squeeze and just do the calf raise or heel raise, your choice. I like these workouts because then you can choose what's important to you, because you know that better. I don't know what you need. Good, let's do 2 more. Good, and release. Excellent work. All right, so coming into a bicep curl, we're going to stand on our tubing. Again, your chair is always beside you if you need that. And we're going to be doing reciprocating bicep curls. So starting off with one arm up and the other arm down. Both elbows are nice and close to the side of my body, and I'm going to alternate raising one at a time. So this is us trying to get in some brain health exercises, doing some things that our body might not seem comfortable, because typically our body would crave bilateral movement. That's us doing a bicep curl at the same time. Our body really wants that, but doing things slightly different makes our brain have to work a little bit harder. Good, let's do 1 more. And shake it out. Very good, everyone. So we're gonna put the tubing down and we're gonna come into some hip and balance work. So standing behind my chair, I'm gonna be doing some alternating leg extensions. Or hip extensions. So standing with myself behind the chair, I'm going to shift my weight into one leg. I'm gonna take this right foot, I'm gonna bring it back towards the back wall. My bum muscles squeezing to help lift my leg, dropping that down, shifting my weight to my right foot, lifting up that left foot, squeezing that left glute as it raises back, and then dropping it back down. So just by doing those little things, being mindful of the weight shift, soft knee, soft hip, think about that glute squeeze, lifting that leg back. My tummy is strong, my shoulders are down and back, my chin is tucked. There's so much to think about in some of these movements. So hopefully by doing them with me today, I hope you're able to take something that is important to you that you want to work on. And then you hear my little voice in your head when you're doing this in class. and you can do it on your own. Hands on your hips if you want more of a challenge, or holding your arms out if you want to challenge your balance, or just keeping those hands lightly touching on the chair. So we're focusing on our balance and our hip and hamstring strength as we're doing this hip extension movement. Never feeling anything in our low back. This is targeting those glutes, and maybe you'll feel a little bit of a hamstring. Excellent. So we're going to come into our chair. We're going to do just five sit to stands, because they're my favorite, and I think we should do them every time, or try to. Widen that base, nice proud chest, scooch forward on the front half of your chair, using your hands if you need to. I like to lean forward, stand nice and proud, sink those hips back, and then sitting on the chair, leaning forward, standing proud. Good. So we are targeting those nice big thigh muscles, our glutes as well, their bum muscles. Good. I think we're at one or two more. You count 5 and then take your break. Excellent work. So still seated in our chair, we're going to do some core work. So sitting with our legs in front of us, sitting up nice and tall. We did this one a little bit ago, and I really like it. So chin is tucked, chest is proud. We're going to take our right foot and our right hand. And what we're going to do is a side oblique crunch. So what we can think of, you're sitting tall, we're bringing my elbow to my leg. So lifting them at the same time. My spine is straight and neutral. I'm not collapsing at all. Another way I like to think about this exercise is where my rib cage is and my hip bone. I like to try and feel that crunch right in my side. And I've done this one, I did one of these workouts afterwards with a family member of mine, and we did this one together, and the next day I really did feel it. So it just really speaks to bringing the mindfulness to that body part, and you can get some more out of it. Very good. Let's switch sides. Sitting nice and tall, raising that arm, and then dropping that elbow to your hip, or how I like to think of it is the bottom of your rib to the top of your hip, trying to feel that crunch. So this is your oblique muscle. Some people call this love handles. Whatever you call it, we're just working the side abdominal muscles. Good, one more time. And relax. Have some water if you have not already. And by any time you want to have a water break, feel free to have a water break. We're almost near the end of class. We're going to come into some stretching next. So coming into our hip flexor stretch, we're going to turn in our chair. Your front leg is coming backwards. We're sitting up nice and tall. And then I like to almost bring my knee underneath my body. So I have this nice straight line between my knee, hip, and shoulder. Big breath in. And maybe you want to bring your arm across. We can do a shoulder stretch at the same time. Big breath in. Stretching our upper back. Good. And bringing our knees back together. And other side. Reaching that leg back. Tucking that knee underneath ourselves or slightly leaning back. Feeling the stretch in our hip flexor. Then bringing that left arm across your body and then just guiding it a little bit further across. Stretching out our left upper back across that shoulder blade. Good, legs together. Turn towards me. We're going to come into our hamstring stretch. So stretching out your left leg forward, Sitting up nice and tall at the front edge of your seat, hinging from your hips forward. Feeling the stretch on the back side of your leg. Options, you can leave your hand here on your thigh. You can also add in a neck stretch. So make sure you're lengthening that spine, your chin is tucked, and then drop your ear to your shoulder. So I'm dropping my right ear to my right shoulder, feeling it on my left side of my neck. Same leg that you're stretching. It doesn't matter which side you're doing. Just make sure you do the other side when we switch. Big breath in. Slowly come back up, switching sides. Stretching that right leg forward, sitting up nice and tall, hinging at the hips, hands resting on that left leg, lengthening that spine, chin tucking, and then dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Again, this is an express class, just trying to get as much in as we can, doing these combination movements, doing 2 stretches at once. Big breath. Good, let's come up into standing. If you feel a little dizzy from doing the neck stretches, definitely listen to your body and pause. So the next stretch we're going to do is a calf stretch. So taking my right foot, bringing it forward, resting it on the bottom of the chair, feeling a stretch in my right calf. How can we also stretch out our upper body while we do this? Sitting or standing nice and tall, open that chest, and then we're going to take our right arm and we're going to reach it back into a chest stretch. So we usually do this one like this, but because we're stretching our calf, I thought we would just do one side at a time, and then that helps me to hold on to that chair so it doesn't slide away, but I also have it for balance as well. Let's switch sides. So this time my left foot is up against the chair, holding on, taking my left arm and reaching it back. Another option too is you can take your hand and you can do maybe half a stretch like this with your elbow bent, but I like this option. We're almost done. It was a quick one today, and I thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Thursday. It's a little snowy. I think we got our last little bit of winter storm, but if you loved anything about today's class, please let me know. If you want to see anything else, if you want to see more seated options, more 30-minute classes, please let us know in the comments and we will try our best. I like to end classes with 3 big deep breaths. So let's do that together, and then a round of applause for everyone. Making sure your space is clear, bending down, reaching tall. Good, big breath in. One last time. Filling your lungs with fresh air and clean air that you deserve. Round of applause. Again, my name was Catherine. I loved being here with you today. If you have any questions, shoot them in the comments and one of us will get back to you. Take care, everyone, and be safe out there.